Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy.
That's
are
Chris
the
Brown on this
Breakfast
record?
Club. Yeah.
Hey, I wonder how much of black radio Chris Brown makes up for. It got to be a lot percentage-wise. Chris Brown on every song.
Yeah, he on everything.
It's either his song or he featured on something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris, when you want an R&B hook and you wanted to make radio, everybody calls Chris.
Yeah, because remember back in the day, it was like, Ja Rule had that. You hear a lot of Pharrell on the radio. Ashanti at one point.
Ashanti had it, yeah.
At one point, it was T-Pain, too.
T-Pain,
was on
definitely.
Then it was Drake for a minute. Drake for a long time.
100%.
Yeah.
Chris,
But people
Chris.
can't live without Chris, so, I mean, yeah.
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's get to the rumors.
Talk to me about my friend, because you know Joseline is my friend. And I need to know what's going on.
I didn't know which side of the. Oh yeah, I didn't know that you and Joseline was
Yeah,
homegirls.
that's my
They
baby
hang out,
right
they
there.
go out, they go to the strip club.
Yeah,
all
I
that.
did. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
That's
Okay.
my boo.
Well, okay. Okay. So right now, Joseline and Amber Rose they're having a little back and forth again. So just to update, not update you, but bring everybody up to speed. They were on College Hill together.
Yep.
They got in that huge fight.
In the classroom.
Or whatever. Huh?
In the classroom.
Yeah, in the classroom. Now, so following this, Amber Rose sat down with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay. So when and of course, Club Shay Shay picks up pretty big.
Yeah.
Now, when she sat down with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay, she talked about a few things. She did go into Joseline. But one of the things that she also talked about, too, I got to make a segue just because I need this certain audio that's not in yet.
Okay.
So before we get to Joseline, I want to talk about the slut walk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys remember Amber Rose supporting Donald Trump? People are like, not Miss Slut Walk.
Of course.
How you going to come out? You're supposed to be so pro-women.
Yeah.
And she didn't really she kind of bantered back and forth about it, but she didn't really. So she explained to Shannon Sharpe why she took that hard left turn and stopped doing the slut walk. Let's take a listen.
Do you think sometimes women actually try to get pregnant from men?
Yes. Yes.
That's a real thing?
What?
Yes.
Try to-
I've had girlfriends lie about abortions to get money, to act like they're pregnant. Yes. It's disgusting. This is why I stopped my slut walk, by the way.
Yeah.
This is why I'm no longer a feminist. Okay. Because I saw the dark side of what women can do. And I'm sitting here feeling slighted by men.
Right.
And then I'm fighting for equality.
Right.
And I'm like, the only equality is that you ain't either. You are crazy.
Did he mean do women try to trap
That's what he
men?
meant. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he meant.
Yeah.
Trap.
So in context, they were having a conversation about, just like women having babies with men of money, of a certain money status. Yeah. And like, should the men have to take care of her and things of that nature?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was an interesting point because I never heard her basically come out and say like, yo, here's why. And I think a lot of people have backed away from the believe all women and things of that nature because of what Amber Rose is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we talk about...
I mean, it's called a slut walk, though. I mean,
Yeah, well, why you say that?
What is a slut?
I mean,
What is a slut?
What is a slut? You don't want to be a feminist anymore. You're fighting for equality for sluts, but when we do some slut-ish, it's like, you guys are bad. What do you mean?
But that whole feminist argument, I think a lot of people they'll say, well, you should have the right to be able to be a slut.
A slut. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But she stopped it because things was getting too slutty. Go ahead, Lauren. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I mean, the definition of slut is a woman who has too many casual sexual partners.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Look,
Go ahead.
all I'm saying is when we moving forward, we still having this conversation
And
about...
I never understood that because I wouldn't want my daughter to be a slut.
Never,
like,
ever.
Would be like, hey, I
But
want you
they
to be
took the power out of the word,
Yeah,
guys.
that's exactly what it
And
is.
also,
Oh, my
they started
God.
I don't
marching.
believe that.
Did
I know you don't.
Did they really?
I know you don't.
Marching for the slut.
Well, we talking about things getting a little crazy, a little slutty, or not, because we don't really know what happened. So let's go back to what we first started out with. So on this actual interview as well, Amber Rose talked about what actually happened with her and Joseline, like why the whole fight started. Let's take a listen to that.
Joseline Hernandez fight. You guys make up.
No.
Tell us how you really feel.
Forever. Okay. She's an ignorant and I don't think about her, but I just don't like her. There's no reason to forgive her.
What led to this? Why was it like this? How did it become so contentious?
Joseline Hernandez was trying to have sex with me. The whole time I was on College Hill, she was in my ear. She was saying, just give me a chance one time, but if you're cool with it, we can do it in front of my husband. But if not, like, it could just be me and you. And at first I was nice and I said, I'm flattered. It's just not my thing.
Right.
So where the Me Too movement for her? The Me Too movement only work on men.
Okay.
Listen, no. So look, that's where it's going. That's why I'm like, this is getting crazy. Okay, so then after this, so that video clip went crazy, right? People are like, wait. So basically, like Joseline was trying to force herself on you, and so now we get it. We understand why you were so upset and blah 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 blah, right? So then Joseline goes to her Instagram and she says she's been a victim of sexual abuse at a young age, and she knows how scared a girl in a woman's, how sacred a girl in a woman's body are. She says she does not condone any sexual misconduct. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's in disbelief that she even had to write this because of her own mental health. She's never in her life tried to pursue or go after any young lady or woman in her life. And she says to all the blogs and the fake journalists, please, I ask that before you let someone come on your platform to say anything about another individual, please fact check. It is someone's life you are playing with. I normally don't say anything or write anything, but this is too serious for me to stay quiet. Until I get vindication, you can hear this from me. That never happened. It will never, and never will. This is defamation of my character, and it will not go unseen, and I will not rest until I'm 100% vindicated. She then mentioned that her lawyers are getting involved. Or are already involved. Go ahead.
I understand what Joseline is saying, but you can't fact check a person beforehand because I don't know if that's a fact or not. That is Amber Rose's story. Like that, I don't know if that's a fact or not. How I'm supposed to tell Amber Rose, oh, that didn't happen. That's not true.
Well, I mean, if you watch this season, I thought it was more so because, I mean, it looks as if Joseline was always harping on her being a mixed woman and not claiming the black side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it's coming out about, all of this is about Joseline wanting to have sex with her, who was she trying to have sex
Joseline,
with?
like, one of them sides gonna let me hit.
Well,
okay, the black side or the white
Yeah.
side. One of them.
But who was Amber trying to have sex with? There's a lot of rumors going around about that show.
What show?
A lot of College Hill.
We talking about Iman Shumpert? She
It
addressed
was a
that.
bunch of.
Amber Rose
and what
addressed
was
that in the interview. She said that they're just friends. It's never been anything like that. She has a lot of male friends, but she did also talk about the race stuff too.
Okay.
Let's take a listen to that. The bullying.
When I have respectfully declined on numerous occasions, then she started bullying me with the race. Why you sound white? Why you talk white? Why this and that, blah, blah, blah. But you black. Why you act white? All this. And I'm like, you're like obsessed with me.
Yeah, so Amber Rose had talked about basically her upbringing in Philly and having a black and a white parent. She's always had to like defend herself, and it got to the point like she's had to physically defend herself a lot of times because people, you know what I mean? Like
She always says she claims both, though.
Yeah,
she's
but
clear with that.
She basically said she was triggered because there were things that were leading up to that fight that weren't put in that BET clip that Joseline said to her about the black or white thing that triggered her, and then that's when the fight picks up. But yeah, so now the lawyers are involved. Amber Rose is basically saying she'll counter for defamation as well too. She says that when Joseline came here on the Breakfast Club and when she went on Drink Champs, she's alleging that Joseline lied about putting her head through a glass window. And she's saying, look, you don't want to play these games. Just take your L like you did on the internet.
Well, line up round two. Okay, if you all had words with each other and then it turns into blows, but it's still words after the fact, then line up round two because clearly somebody didn't get hit hard enough.
Oh, God.
It's the truth. If you still talking about somebody after the fact, you ain't get hit hard enough. One of y'all ain't get hit hard enough. Because if you get hit hard enough, you're going to stop talking.
Well, somebody asked. They asked. That's the reason. I'm sure it wasn't just like, I'm going to talk about it. Yeah, Shannon asked. So that's the reason why that was a conversation.
But it's one thing to talk, but then you still,
I will say they've been
greasy.
They've been dragging Unc for this interview, too. They've been dragging him like, yo, this is not your forte. These is not the conversations we looking for you. And to me, it was a normal Shannon Sharp style interview, but I think people just don't like Amber Rose.
I was going to say, what else you going to ask Amber Rose about other than Trump and the fight with Joseline and the slut walk? I mean, it's like they can't be too mad at him. It's like, what would you ask her? If Amber Rose sitting in front of you right now,
that's the same.
You would ask her, about her lawyers. But I'm saying, like, what else would you want to ask Amber Rose?
I think
it's also bad timing after what Mike Epps said up here on Breakfast Club.
What'd he say?
But she mixed though. It count for half.
He does. He said black people. He said he's tired of seeing black people go on that show and just talk about other black people. Shannon needs to start having white people on. To start talking. Well, I guess this is.
Well, he did.
Amber's half white and Joseline's Spanish. Oh, carry on. That ain't our business. You're right. Now that I think about it.
Justin's black. She said she black.
Oh, yeah,
she said she came out her mother black.
She is black.
Uchi,
You're right.
And she black. She a black woman.
So he brought a half white woman on to talk about a black person.
Y'all confusing me.
Okay, he getting there. Baby steps.
He going. He going.
Baby steps.
All right.
Shannon getting there.
Oh, you got to crawl before you walk.
Wait, didn't he have Gary Owen on?
Who?
He had Gary
But Gary
Owen
wasn't going in on no other white comedian.
Yeah, Gary Owen.
So he had a
He
white
don't really
on
count for white or something.
Yeah, he white.
Gary Owens white.
Definitely white.
All right.
Thank you, Lauren.
That is the rumors. Now, when we come back, we got front page news, and then Dr. Wes Bellamy and B-Dot will be joining us. They're creating their own tournament out in North Carolina. It's called the Black College Invitational Championship, and they're going to break that down. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.